Sunday, August 19, 2012. This is Mercedes Diesel Guy, and this is my 1995 Subaru Legacy project car. I am getting on to cooling system service right now, so which is part of the overall timing belt job. The radiator has to come out, so I'm going to show you radiator replacement. The first thing you have to do actually is remove the radiator cap. And then you're going to remove the drain plug, which is not really easy to see, but it's right there. I'm pointing at it. So you want to get a drain pan underneath the radiator, pull that drain plug, and drain it out. You can actually hear the radiator still draining out. So while that's going on, I'm going to be releasing the radiator hose clamps. These may be stuck in place. I can always cut the clamp if I need to. And I'm actually going to be replacing the upper and lower hoses while I'm in here, just for sake of safety, because I don't know how old these are. I'm still waiting for the radiator to drain of coolant, but here's another thing you should pay attention to. If you have an automatic transmission, you have these lines here, basically for automatic transmission fluid cooling, and you have to release those from the radiator also. There's an upper one and a lower one down there. So these clamps look a bit crusty, so I'm going to try my best to get those loose. Once the radiator is drained and the hoses are released, you need to then disconnect the electrical connectors for the radiator fans. And here's the connector. So there's two of them, one on each side. And basically you pry up this tab here and release the connector. We tried to do the other one, but I may actually need two hands for this job. Okay. And after everything else is released, you release the two top radiator clamps. And this should be a 12mm bolt on each side. So I'm going to take those out now. And once those clamps are released, you can pull the radiator out with the fans. So as you can see now, the radiator is out. Installation is the exact reverse of removal. I recommend replacing the hoses and clamps while you have it out, including the transmission cooler hoses. And just a quick tip, this radiator hose seems plenty pliable and wasn't leaking. However, when I was pulling it out of the car, I could hear it tearing. I mean, this hose is pretty dry. I find it's actually really hard to gauge the condition of a hose until it's right on the brink of bursting, and you really don't want to push a hose anywhere near that far. Hoses are generally cheap enough. Replace them whenever you have the chance. I wouldn't necessarily do this every single time you take the radiator out or replace the coolant, but you know, use your best judgment, and certainly if this is an old used car that is new to you, it's probably a good idea to replace those. So thanks for watching.